Hello everyone, welcome to Dog Grooming at Capel Manor College. We've had to pre-record this due to some technical issues, but I'm going to go through everything that we spoke about on the day so you haven't missed out. So the first thing we often talk about is why do dog grooming? Why should we join a dog grooming course and why should we consider it as a career choice? First of all, we need to look at the fact we're going to work with dogs of all different shapes and sizes. They come in small sizes, large sizes. You're going to work with a variety of dogs. One of my favourite things is the fact you get to transform a scruffy dog into a beautiful dog. They look so different afterwards and you make such a difference. It is a satisfying and really rewarding job. You get to create a massive bond with your dog, so it's a good bonding experience. We can then help to improve the health and the welfare of the dog. So we can identify any health issues, and then we can let the owner know, and then they can inform the vet. It is actually a really creative way to learn. Because you are planning the groom of the dog, you are grooming, you can be quite creative within that. And then what we have to think about is that there are a lot of dogs out there. There is and always will be a great demand for groomers. So the more dogs there are, the more dog groomers are needed. So it is a great industry to get started in. Our grooming salon. It is a large open plan salon. It provides you with a great experience within the business. We have over 300 clients on our books and you'll be working with a range of dogs. So we're looking at Yorkshire Terriers, Cocker Spaniels, miniature Schnauzers, Newfoundlands and German Shepherds. The range and the size of dogs really varies. We have dogs that love to come in to be groomed and we also have dogs that don't quite like being groomed. So there are some that aren't that keen on getting wet. You will work with lots of different equipment that we use within the industry. They are used in salons regularly and you'll get to know the equipment and how to use them. We also have a chance for you to meet our clients, to chat about their dog's grooming requirements and what they need and what they would like to have done on their dog. And you will be able to develop and practice your grooming skills, just so you can ensure that you're ready to go out into the ever-growing dog grooming industry and that you can either work within a salon or perhaps start up your own business. Okay, so we're going to start with our first course. Now this is the Dog Grooming Assistant Certificate and this is at level 2. For our youngsters, so that's our 16 to 18-year-olds, it's a full-time 1-year programme. We also provide this for our adult learners and that's 1 day a week, part-time for 20 weeks. This course is great at getting you started within the grooming industry. So the job role we look at is the Dog Grooming Assistant. And we do cover such a wide range of things. So your days will consist of practicals where you will come in, you will learn how to health check the dog, how to handle and restrain the dog correctly, and then you'll be able to identify coat types, different dog breeds. You'll be taught and you'll learn how to bath the dog correctly, how to dilute the shampoos, how to dry the dog safely. And then we will develop your basic scissoring and clipper skills, for how to handle your scissors and clippers safely and to create a nice neat trim on your dog. You will work with a range of dogs. As we've said previously, some dogs love being groomed and other dogs aren't that keen. I won't lie, you're going to get wet and you're going to get hairy. Okay, you just can't get away from that, especially when you're bathing these dogs. Be prepared though to be pulled around by some dogs and to perhaps get bitten or scratched, because there are some dogs that aren't that keen. But with lots of reassurance from you and by bonding with the dogs, you can actually make a huge difference to that dog. We will look into customer care, biosecurity, dog health and well-being and dog behaviour. You will be expected though through your course to complete a range of written assignments and some practical assignments. So your written assignments will make up assessments such as handling and restraint equipment, looking at these, looking at short answer questions and tables. You will also do lots of research on the breed of the dog, the coat types, where does the dog come from. Your practical assessments will be based on, can you safely handle and restrain a dog? Can you health check a dog? How can you bath and dry a dog? You're going to show us those skills, and it will take time to develop these skills as well. You will complete a work placement if you're one of the full-time students. If you are an adult learner, you can do a placement at a salon, but it isn't essential, so please don't panic. So let's look at our entry requirements. Now, the entry requirements for the level 2 are 4 GCSEs at grade 3 and above, which covers English, maths and science. If you are coming from a level 1 qualification, then you're going to need to have a distinction grade. For our adult learners, we will look at your relevant prior learning. You may have a qualification within another course option or another job option, and we can look at the skills that you have learned. It's quite key that you try and get some experience within a salon prior to coming onto the course. So pop along to your local salon, speak to the groomers there, and see if you can just watch what they do. Some of them may allow you to volunteer for the day or for half a day, but have a look, watch what they do and see what you're going to get yourselves involved with. Because it is practical, it is quite physical, you're going to be standing on your feet for a long time. And as we've discussed, you get wet, hairy, and it is very tiring, but it's a really rewarding job. Okay, let's look at our campus fees and our start date. So for our full-time option, it starts on the 7th of September 2020. Our part-time option starts a week later on the 16th of September 2020. These may change slightly, but if we check with the website regularly, you'll be able to see the updated date. For our youngsters, it is a free course. And for our adults, the current fees are around $1,150, but these obviously may vary, so it's really important you check with the admissions team at Capel. Everyone does have to pay a material fee. This goes towards all of the materials that you are going to be using, so things like the shampoos that you'll be using and sharpening scissors and clipper blades as well. We are based only at our Enfield Campus, so please do remember that. And if you have a quick look at the picture on the right hand side, you can see that we do have quite a large open plan salon with a reception area as well, so our clients can come in and see our students at work. Okay, so let's move on to the Level 3 Dog Grooming Diploma. Now, this course is for everyone that's really keen on wanting to become a stylist. So they are the person that actually creates those beautiful shapes in dogs, gives the miniature schnauzer and the poodle their overall groom to give them that sharp, stylish look. Now, we have two options here. Option 1 is for our 16 to 18-year-olds, which is for the full-time course. And then option 2 is the 19-year-olds and over, which is the part-time 1 day a week course. It is very practical based, and you do need to make sure that your practical grooming is up to scratch and speed. So what you're going to learn about is how to groom to breed standard. You're going to be using your scissors and your clippers, practicing that grooming work so that we can get these dogs looking amazing when they walk out of the salon. They're going to be breed standard groomed, and your skills will be developed so that you can work in the industry or actually run your own business. We cover lots of things at level 3. So our key points are that we look at the canine anatomy and physiology, and that helps us to plan our grooms and to style the coat types and the breeds. We will focus on canine first aid, so how to deal with an emergency, alongside health checking the dogs and developing our handling and restraint skills so that you can groom safely and confidently. There is lots of points on customer liaison that we will cover. So we will look at how to discuss with the clients what their groom requirements are and how to maintain the coat in between grooms. Now, it's really important for this course that you have an industry placement. This is for at least 1 day a week throughout the course because you need to practice those grooming skills. Practice and develop them so you can get up to industry speed. Your practical assessments are based on practical grooming. So you will look at grooming different dogs for different groom types. So for instance, a hand strip or a wool mixed coat or a breed standard groom, such as a miniature schnauzer. There are some written assessments as well, and you must be prepared to undertake a 2-hour written exam that is completed as part of your course. So we provide plenty of assignment support and time to revise and practice for the written exam as well as the practical exam, so please don't worry there. Okay, let's look at the entry requirements. So for the level 3, you need to have already completed your dog grooming assistant qualification, and ideally they should be at distinction grades for those units. Alongside having a suitable maths and English qualification, such as a grade 4 for GCSE or a level 2 at functional skills. And our start date. So for our full-time students, it's on the 7th of September 2020, with our part-timers starting a week later on the 14th of September. Again, this course is free for our 16 to 18-year-olds, and course fees start from around £4,290 for our 19 pluses. You can look at the student loan as well, and it's best to contact the admissions department because they can advise you on the costings for the course. This course is based within our Enfield campus as well. Okay, so we've finished the information about the course. What we're going to do now is to go through some general questions and answers that a lot of the students may be interested in. So you may have some questions that you thought of as we've gone through the actual course information. So we'll start by going through some of the questions now.
Okay, so the first question we've got is, do we have to do work experience while on the adults and the youngster courses?
Okay, thank you very much. So our first question is with regards to work experience. So for our youngsters, it is part of your course requirement and you'll be required to do 3 weeks work experience within the industry. So you can consider already looking at potential salons that you might want to go to. For our adult learners, it isn't essential, but some of you may wish to develop those skills and find a placement within a salon or a mobile groomers for 1 day a week. Just ensure you can balance your studies and work alongside that. Next question, please.
Okay, so is there any uniform that students should be buying before they come onto the course?
That's an excellent question, and it's one we get asked a lot. When we are grooming, I'm not going to lie, you get really hairy and you get really wet. So we have to decide the best things to wear. So all of our students need to purchase a grooming tunic. Now this can be pulled over your head or be a zip-up grooming tunic, and it's made of a rather silky material so the hair falls off. That can be purchased through any online grooming store. We can advise you at interview of those stores as well. We found that a thin t-shirt underneath is easier because it does get quite hot within the salon. For your legs, you can wear grooming trousers, but again, they do get quite hot. What we have found is that if you wear leggings, they're fine because they dry really quickly, but the hair doesn't stick to them. So some people choose to wear jeggings, others choose to wear jeans, although they are quite thick, so take a while to dry. We have had success with some of the climbing leggings and the outdoor wear leggings, because less hair sticks to those. So do look at those. All of our students need to wear a form of a steel toe cap trainer or boot. This is to protect your feet because things aren't tied down in the salon, so grooming tables or dryers could fall onto your foot and hurt you. We do provide the basic PPE such as ear defenders and face masks and goggles, so please don't worry about those.
That's great. And do the students need to buy their own grooming equipment?
Grooming equipment, that is a really good question. And a lot of people do really ask us that. If I'm honest, grooming equipment can be very expensive and you can make some expensive mistakes. So what we say to all of our students at level 2 is come in with your PPE and your grooming tunic and your stationery. Use our equipment. Feel it, touch it, work with it. Because all of the scissors are slightly different. It's a very, very personal choice. What suits one person won't suit another person. So we don't expect anyone to purchase any scissors or clippers. What we do say is work with our equipment. And then if you really like something or if you're not sure, we can advise you and point you in the right direction. But please don't feel you have to spend lots of money on equipment prior to starting your course. We'd rather you waited and built up your experience and your confidence and then you purchase some items.
And what are the class sizes like, and do 16 to 18-year-olds and adults mix?
Okay, class sizes. For the adult courses, it's around 12 within a group. For the youngsters, we tend to go to about 14, but the youngsters are split into smaller groups for practicals because you get a more one-to-one feel for your practical experience. We don't mix adults and youngsters together at level 2. They are 2 separate programs and it can be quite hard to fix and put everyone together and to get through all of the knowledge that needs to be learned if they're all together. For our level 3s, the level 3s are a mixed group because we feel it's a very good way to develop and to learn your skills and encourage each other. So at level 3, you will have students that are 18 and adults that are 40, 50 working together, and it's actually a really nice blend.
And when will we hear if we've got a place on the grooming course that we applied for?
Okay, so with regards to applying, you can apply online and then you'll get an email saying thank you for your application, it's being considered. Then what will happen is you'll be contacted for an interview, and myself and Rebecca will be arranging the interviews. Now that could be face-to-face, that may be via one of our social media platforms such as Zoom, so that we can discuss your requirements. The places on the course aren't automatic. You do need to meet the entry requirements that are on the website and that we've just gone through, ready for being offered a place, and that will be within the next few weeks, we hope.
And can you do the level 3 without having a level 2 qualification?
Very good question. Everyone's always really keen to do the level 3 because it's all about styling and making the dog look really great and about wanting to start your own business. But you need to build on those skills. You need to start at the basics and develop your preparation skills, because if you don't have good preparation skills, then your grooms at the end aren't going to have that excellent finish that you really want. And then clients will notice the difference. So everybody, it doesn't matter what qualification you have before, everybody needs to start at level 2, build on those basics of learning your coat types, your shampoos, how to correctly dry and bath the dog, and then develop those skills and then move on to the level 3.
And what's the cost for the courses?
Costs can vary. With our 16 to 18-year-olds, any course is free. You will still need to pay the material fee, so please do bear that in mind. For our adults, the adult course at the moment is around £1,180, but that will vary, so you will need to check your admissions because that depends on your personal circumstances. For the level 3, It's around 4,200 at the moment, but again, please do check with admissions because that can vary depending on your circumstances, and you can get the advanced learning loan for some of you as well, which will really help.
And our last question is, how many days a week are the courses?
Okay, so for our youngsters for the level 2, you're looking at between 3 and 4 days. Generally 3, it will depend upon your GCSE requirements as well. For the adults at level 2, it's 1 day per week. For our level 3 youngsters, it's 2 to 3 days. And for our level 3 adults, it's 1 day a week. Obviously, due to the current situations with regards to the COVID outbreak, it may vary. So please, do check with the college and make sure you're aware of the days that you'll be expected to attend college.
That was our last question.
Well, thank you very much for listening to us, and we'll be in touch soon. If you do have any questions, you can drop us an email, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions with regards to grooming. Thank you for watching.